Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cashback. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 23 of Season 2 here at Southampton. We've West Ham away to start us off. Fortunately, we've had a full week's break now, so the full squad will be recovered. We struggled for fitness against Bournemouth and Aston Villa, but we were able to come away with 2 victories, so I'm happy enough. Then we got Crystal Palace at the end of the week, playing Sunday to Saturday, before Arsenal and Swansea to round out the league season in tomorrow's video. The league table has taken an even further jump in our favour for the top 4. Tottenham have now played 2 games more than me and have lost again. They are bottling top 4 here, Tottenham Hotspur. 2 points behind me, and I've got 2 games in hand. Also have 2 games in hand on both Manchester clubs as well, and could actually go just a point behind them if I win those games in hand. Chelsea look like they're going to win the league though. 4 points from both Manchester, so it's on 69, and of course with a game in hand as well. So it looks like Chelsea are going to win the league. Looks like Manchester United, Manchester City and myself probably are going to finish in the top 4 with maybe Spurs, maybe Swansea finishing 5th, because Swansea have a game in hand on Spurs and can go to within a point of them. They've got evidently goal difference is vastly superior in Tottenham's favour, but stranger things have happened. At the bottom, Cardiff on 29, definitely aren't out of it yet. Wednesday on 31, having played a game more than anyone else around them and 2 more than Leicester, probably, maybe doomed. Watford on 31 as well, Palace on 32 and Leicester on 36 and West Brom on 38. So I think West Brom and Leicester are probably safe, but 3 of the bottom 4 will go down. We'll have to wait and see who that is, but we'll start with West Ham and then we'll play Crystal Palace. But fingers crossed we can get 2 more victories today, and would it assure, if I get 2 wins today, I'd go, yeah, if I get 2 wins today, I'd go to 68 points and I'd finish above Spurs, guaranteed to finish above Spurs. So beat West Ham, beat Palace, Champions League. 5-2-1-2 for West Ham. Phil Jones in the middle with Ogbonna and Winston Reid alongside him. Vasilico and Blind at wing-backs. Antonio and Uth up top. I seem to remember having a very tough time of things last time I played West Ham, so hopefully we can fare better this time. Llorente. Oh, Romeo nearly got there for the interception. As it happened, did tackle the man that received possession. Charlison will just drop the shoulder and look for Kieran Tierney as he cut back here. Look for Charlison again and then around to Promes and commit the defender. The defender did well. Corner to come in. Quincy to deliver. Oh, it's a good ball in. Charlie Austin's up. Oh, top of the bar and over. Giving him the start, considering he did well in the previous game, the second game in yesterday's episode. And not far away from scoring again, Charlie Austin. Llorente. Llorente again. Why to Vasilico. Trying out Muslim. Completely missed the challenge. That's a lovely ball over the top to Shoku Kiyate as well. There's not going to be any out-muscling him. Lovely turn by Uth. No, you did not give a penalty for that. Are you... Oh, referee, have a long, hard look at yourself. How is that a penalty? I've just walked off, I've just turned with him and then walked off with the ball. Jeeps. Uth will take the penalty himself. I think he's going to go to the right. It's a hell of a started run up, and then in the end he goes to the left. Well, that's unfair. West Ham 1, Southampton 0. Cedric into Clivert. That's a promise. Mayu, Tierney. A quick equaliser would be great, but we're not going to get one because Shime Vasilico is actually a very good wing-back. Kiyate driving forward. Forward into Antonio. Oh, it's a good cross. We'll reach Uth. Back to Llorente. We'll go to Uth again. Good block by Henry Harris. West Ham pushing for a second. I was hoping that this would be a pretty simple game and we could guarantee our Champions League status for next season in today's episode. But if West Ham continue to play the way they have been, I'm going to lose this game, and probably by quite a margin too if they keep going. So Unless I could play in Quincy Promise here, maybe. Oh, he's tripped over the defender. So it looks like, on the first 15 minutes showing, of course, still plenty of time to go, that we won't be guaranteeing Champions League football for next season in today's episode. But you never know what can happen in the remaining 70 minutes of football. Tierney could get this to Richarlison. He could take a touch and then bend that tops. She very nearly did, and we might be right back in it. Good save, Adrian. That's a foul. Zini, big switch, looking for Blind, who wins the header, and Uth is in behind. I don't know where the defender that was with him went. Thankfully, Henry Harris steps in, otherwise that could have been a real problem. Cedric's got the turn of Marcus Llorente here, but apparently Llorente is fast enough to deal with the pace of Cedric, so we'll give it to Charlie Austin. Not that he's got any pace to use. Promise does. And good footwork too. And on the outside is Justin Kluivert, and I'll loft it into the middle. It might be Lamina that gets to that, but it's Marcus Llorente that wins the header and then cleared away. Please win this header, otherwise I'm in trouble. Well, you did win it, but you've headed it straight against Michail Antonio. Now I'm in trouble. Here's Uth. Not able to steal it off him. Lovely through ball to Lanzini. Now, I don't know what to do. Close the man down or... Oh, there we go. Thankfully, it was a heavy touch inside. Oh, and I got lucky with the goal kick as well. Heavy touch inside. All he needed to do was lay that across to Antonio, and that was 2-0 and probably game over as well. West Ham been pretty solid defensively, dangerous offensively. I haven't yet really threatened them too much, other than that header from Charlie Austin from the corner. I'm not too confident of being able to get myself anything more than a point from this game. That's Charlie Austin. If we can get one back before half-time, maybe, we might be able to get something more than a point from this game. And Promes fires that well wide. Into with a switch. Sally Kirk, good touch. Great early ball in. Oh, what a defensive header from Lamina. He's done well there. Almost reached around the shoulder of the man that was with him to head it away. I held that on its way there to Quincy Promes. Borja Mayoral has come on at half-time. That's how unimpressed I've been with Charlie Austin in this game. Jeeps, what an effort that was from Mayoral as well. On his left foot, the first chance he's had in the game. Not far away at all from scoring a goal. And that's going to go in. That was Richarlison's first touch, not a shot. I don't care. A rather fortuitous goal at that end of the pitch again, but obviously this time it's in our favour, not West Ham's. Have a look at the replay. I think it was Mayoral at the near post that flicked that on. He and Kluivert, I think, ran towards it. No, it's him and Lamina. It was Mayoral that flicked it on, and Richarlison just makes the most of it. That was a terrible first touch, but turns out good finish. Go on. Go on. Go on. The Champions League dream is alive. Quincy Promes, Southampton 2, West Ham 1 with half an hour to play. Just a couple of pretty straightforward through balls. And Borja Mayoral has himself another assist. And we have ourselves another goal. Yes! What a free kick in... Well, a position I'm tempted to shoot from. To be fair, 32 years old, pretty central. If I can get this to move from right to left... Which I did do. It was nowhere near the top left corner that would have been the ideal place to put the ball. Never mind. Wasted some time. West Ham still behind here. Though Phil Jones is evidently driving forward to try and change that. Didn't Phil Jones score a banging volley against me last time I played West Ham? I just got flashbacks. Seem to remember that. Anyway, Sophie and Buffon will drive forward here, and they've left Borja Mayoral in a bit of space here, and a sharp turn would have been what I needed to beat Winston Reid. Unfortunately, a sharp turn is not what I got. Andy Carroll coming on for Michail Antonio. Ordinarily wouldn't threaten me that much, but they have a corner, so it might well do. They've not looked for Andy Carroll, though. To be fair, they've got a number of tall players in their side, so it's not necessarily just Andy Carroll I need to be worried about from set pieces. Here's Lanzini, Phil Jones. Decent delivery, looking for Andy Carroll, but thankfully we get it away. Only as far as Masuaku, though. Where's he going? He's just come onto the pitch for them as well. He's just going to keep running towards that byline. Crosses on his right foot, and Anna will catch. With 7.5 minutes to go, we do look favourites now to take the victory that we're after. Foul. Cedric's the obvious ball. Loads of people in the box to aim for. Question is, can I find any of them? Maybe. Oh, Winston Reid. Pull that back to the edge of the box. It's Oriol Romeu. Cyprien quite simply runs away with possession, and now it's 3v3 and perhaps even 4v3 back here, but luckily the man trying to create something, Philip Jones, not very good at creating chances. Phil Jones, Promise could play through Borja Mayoral here. I'm not sure whether he's onside or not. He isn't. Brilliant. Fires that free kick forward. Straight to Jordi Claessy, who kicks it straight to Cyprian, annoyingly. Here's Andy Carroll. Do not equalise West Ham. I'd love to guarantee top 4 today, if possible. And then who knows what we can do in tomorrow's episode. Maybe push for a 2nd or 3rd place finish. Can I take this free kick quickly? I'd like to. I'm not going to get the chance to because Phil Jones just stood there in front of me. Romeo will give this here to, I don't call him Neil Harris then. Henry Harris. Runs straight into the defender. And then Skriniar forgets the football and now Lanzini's in. Please don't, West Ham. Thank you. Well done, Cedric. That might well have just guaranteed our victory here. Yes, indeed it has. Big 3 points. Massive 3 points, especially away from home against West Ham. Right. Who we got next? Crystal Palace, who are down the bottom, aren't they? Ooh, Champions League, maybe? That was a bit high-pitched, wasn't it? I can't get any higher. Oh, I'm such a moron. 4 at the back, 4 in the middle, and 2 up top. Traditional formation from Palace, as they have done, or have played against me previously this season. We know what the task is. Win the game, play in the Champions League. Eduardo. Across to Milivojevic to Benteke. Palace might not necessarily be an easy game. They are fighting for their lives down at the bottom of the table. And this is, I believe, their game in hand. But it might not be, actually. Well, it could be. It could be their game in hand. I'm not sure whether it's mine or not. Oh, Sofian. That's delightful. We might well be putting one of the final few nails in Crystal Palace's coffin if we win this one. That was a lovely finish. The cross wasn't the best, to be completely honest. But for Buffal to just arrive and sweep home like that, that is brilliant. I love that. 1-0. Mancia forward to Carlos Eduardo. Played into Benteke, who's got the strength to hold off Henry Harris. And finds the pass to Carlos Eduardo. Keeper's come, not got there. 1-1. Palace fight back immediately. Our Champions League fate hangs in the balance. Their Premier League fate hangs in the balance. 1-1 after 10 minutes. Mayoral turns well. Gets away from the defender. Play Promise through that gap. And, oh, Borja Mayoral loves a finesse finish. But Lodigen does well to stop me from scoring there. Beautiful left save up to his left-hand side. Big, strong arm. We saw Adrian do something similar, actually, in the previous game, didn't we? Didn't stop us from winning, though, and hopefully that won't stop us from doing the same here. Back to Harris, or Prowse. Harris, oh, that's not gone according to plan, but it will still reach Borja Mayoral. Good footwork. Oh, Sacco with a good tackle. Borja Mayoral could get to that still. He's done well to get it away from Jeffrey Schlupp. There's Oriol Romeu. Richarlison. Oh, lovely turn. Richarlison. Good shot, well saved. Oh, one defender missed it, the second one didn't. Back it to Riedewald. Forward to Benteke. Could thread that through, hasn't been able to. Now finds Mancia. Carlos Eduardo plays the 1-2. Good save by McCarthy, he's near post. Palace fighting back. Maybe they'll be the side to go 2-1 in front. Who knows? 24th minute, ticking into the 25th. Up we go with a header. It's Crystal Palace player that goes up with a header. And I think that's Sofian Buffal that stayed down. I think he's hopefully going to get back up. It looks like he's perhaps trying to. Thank you, Mancia. You've given that straight back to me. I appreciate that. Maybe that's why you're down near the bottom of the table. Oh, I'm about to get relegated. Never mind, I'll just pass it straight to them. Rakic. Down the line to Benteke. If they score, that will really make me look silly, won't it? Rakic. Into Benteke. Turns well. Good footwork. Still going. Skriniar steps in. We've poked it away. Counter-attack. Sofian Buffal has shaken off that knock from earlier on. He's just going to keep running here. Not going to stop. All promise. Richarlison. Maybe I'll score right now. No. Good save by Lodigen. And Schlupp does well to keep it in. 10 minutes go till half-time. Still 1-1. Quite an entertaining end-to-end game, this, though. Win that, please. Asking anyone to win a header against Christian Benteke is always going to be a struggle. Eduardo holds off the defenders well. Can we keep that in? Oh, in the minute, I don't want to keep it in. I'd rather concede a corner. Oh, Benteke's just too strong. All I can do is try and slow him up. McCarthy saves, and it is going to be a corner. God, I was full on leaning forward and trying to concentrate like mad there. Mancia will deliver the set piece. The last one was terrible. That one's much better, but McCarthy holds on this time around and will take the score at 1-1 into the break. Racket. Please get there. Benteke in at the very beginning of the second half. Romeu somehow blocks that and simultaneously runs away with it at the same time. I'm not entirely too sure how he's done that, but Crystal Palace starting very much on the front foot here at the beginning of the second half. And I might well have found myself behind after just a few seconds. I don't think we'd even gotten a full minute into the half yet. Once Promes caught in possession there, Romeu will win the header. Promes will look for Borja, and after they nearly scored at one end, the move I tried to play would have worked had Sacco stayed on his feet, but unfortunately he went to ground and was lying in exactly the right place to put a block on my turn. And thankfully, Kearney put a block on their man's turn as well. Jeeps, this second half has started off with a bang, hasn't it? Richarlison on the run. Should have the legs on James Tompkins, which we have done, unsurprisingly. I'll pull this back for Borja. Oh, we aren't able to get ourselves in front. Oh, but we might yet still. Mayoral holding the man off. Back to James Ward-Prowse. He could do with a long shot. Could do with his long shot being a little bit lower. Into Benteke. Carlos Eduardo. Rakitic. Man making run around the corner is Christian Benteke, who's in. I think Martin Tyler just summed that up really well, didn't he? Good goal to take the lead here. Crystal Palace 2, Southampton 1. Rushes straight off to celebrate with Roy Hodgson. You can see him racing forward there. And Cedric, DeAndre Edlin even, I think it is who I've started this game, has the pace to deal Benteke, but you could just tell by looking at them there, there's not really any chance of DeAndre Edlin winning any physical encounter, is there? And unfortunately, it was physicality he needed in that situation. Good finish from Benteke, though, to be fair. Crystal Palace in front. Tierney down the line to Richarlison. Inside to Borja. He went for the no-look there, I think. Looked as if he went for a no-look pass. I didn't ask him to do anything fancy. Here's Borja again. It's turned well. Can he score a left-footed effort? Oh, in some style as well. I love Borja. He's unbelievable. What a left-footed strike from the Spaniard. Always makes it so much more emphatic when it smacks off the underside of the crossbar like that. Even better when it bounces down just over the line and then up into the roof of the net as well. What a ridiculous strike from our new starting striker. He's only on loan this season, but you can bet your bottom dollar I'm paying whatever Real Madrid want for him next year. Benteke. That's from kickoff. What is happening? Borja wows the crowd with a ridiculous strike, and then Benteke's like, anything you can do, I can do better. That's what? That's close to 30 yards. That was a long way out from Christian Benteke. Palace want to stay up, don't they? Out Muslim. Try again. Oh, it didn't work. Here's Benteke. I'm not going to out-muscle him, am I? Not with DeAndre Edlin. I can win the ball back, though, because he kicked it straight at me. I kicked it straight at Rakitic, but it's dropped here to Buffal. See ya. Get it in there to Romeu in the middle. Try and spin and get it out wide to Kieran Tierney. We'll drive inside. And I was hoping Richarlison would make me a run. Romeu's made a good run. Here he is. Romeu. Quincy Promes. Shoot! Fall down. Penalty. All right, then. Let's get ourselves an extra equaliser, shall we? Thank you, Thank you, Jeffrey Schlupp. Please score, Tez. Quincy Promes will take it. On for the golden boot, of course, this season. Quincy Promes brings us back level with a very good, tidily tucked away penalty. 3-3. Ward-Prowse picked off by Tompkins. Out wide, Buffal intercepts. Ward-Prowse trying to hold off Christian Benteke. Everything on the line for both teams here. Whoever scores the next goal will almost certainly win it. And whoever scores the next goal will almost certainly have sealed whatever fate they have for the Premier League table, whether that's staying in fourth and getting Champions League football for us, or staying in the league as a whole for Crystal Palace. Oh, and Quincy Promes could have guaranteed me Champions League football there with 5 minutes to go, but he's missed. Wickham to Mancia. Back to MacArthur. Mancia again. Palace running out of time here. A point is okay for us. A point is okay for them, but doesn't guarantee either of us the fate that we want this season with regards to the league table. Both our Champions League status for next season and their Premier League status for next season will remain in the balance as we head into the final episode tomorrow. But if we can score on this attack, we will get Champions League football next season, guaranteed, with 2 games to spare. But I am going to have to do it on this attack. Trying to force it through the gap means that I'm not going to do it on this attack. And there goes the final whistle. Unfortunately, it's a draw for us here against Palace, but after a truly remarkable game of football, I think a draw is probably a fair result, just for the sheer quality of goals from either side in the game. 3-3 the final score, and we'll have a quick look at the league table before we round out today. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. I think that Borja Mayoral and the Benteke goals both deserve a mention. Aaron Moy wants a bigger role at the club. Ryan Bertrand's concerned that he's been replaced. Bertrand kind of has been replaced a little bit by Kieran Tierney, but he will still see a number of first team games next year with the introduction. I should probably start training something other than short passing on Richarlison now. I should expect Ryan Bertrand to see a number of first team games next season. Spurs have won on match day 37, so the gap is 3 points. And our goal difference, crucially, is the same. So if they are to get level on points with me, their goal difference would be better. Now we have 8th placed Arsenal next, and Swansea on the final day, who are 6th, and chasing Spurs. This is not going to be an easy end to the season whatsoever. Just out of curiosity, that draw for Crystal Palace, why is Watford kind of greyed out a little bit there? That's weird. Crystal Palace stay in the relegation zone with that draw. But they do have a game in hand on West Brom and can close to within 3 points of them, which will make the final day very interesting indeed at the bottom as well as at the top. Manchester City level... No, a point behind. I'm getting everything wrong. Man City 1 point behind Chelsea, with them having 2 games in hand on the Sky Blues. Man United on 69 points, so I could, if I win my game in hand on them, go 3rd. So... everything's still in the balance. Who knows what's going to happen? You will by this time tomorrow. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you later.